for the serious gamer.
Hey guys, it's Spider by NextGenTactics.com. This is Halo Reach Beta Impressions Episode 2. This is actually revised, a Slayer Classic on Powerhouse. And the reason why I say it's revised, if you've seen Episode 2 on our website, it's the same gameplay. I've just revised the commentary because I want to discuss some of the things that came up with my first video, Episode 1, with my first beta impression video. And some of the comments I got on our website and on YouTube, I just want to address those because, I don't know, like I rewatched the video and I just got flamed on it, man. Like people just hated on me. And I really, I went back and I didn't think I even did that bad of a job of talking about my impressions. So number one, I mean, these videos are impressions. It's not a review. It's not, 20, 30, 40 hours in of playing, I'm going to review the game. It's my impressions after playing a handful of games, okay? So yeah, I'm coming in as a newcomer. I'm not going to go and play 40 hours of Halo 3 and then come onto this game and, give my impressions of the differences between Halo 3 and the Halo Reach beta. I mean, you got plenty of guys out there that you've probably watched for ages if you're a Halo fan. There's plenty of guys out there that can do that for you. That's not what I'm doing. I'm a newcomer to Halo. I'm giving my impressions on the game. And yes, I am going to use past experience to make comparisons. I'm going to make comparisons to other first-person shooter games. Of course I am. Anything you experience in life is based upon your past experience, without question. Like your judgments are based on experiences that you've had doing similar things. So if you've never done a similar thing, then yeah, it's going to be a lot of new stuff. But I didn't even make a whole lot of comparisons. Okay, I mentioned Call of Duty once when I just compared the speed, the speed of the game flow, or the speed of the the character movement getting from point A to point B. I made one comparison to Call of Duty, and said this is slower movement than Call of Duty. Oh my God, you compared it to Call of Duty, but it's a totally different game. Yeah, I understand that, all right? I'm just comparing the game speed. The other two comparisons I made were and I don't know, people are like, you can't make a comparison to that because it's totally different. Well, I know there are a lot of differences, but there are a lot of similarities, okay? I made comparison to Unreal Tournament 3. Oh, they're both futuristic. Well, yes, they are. They both focus on weapon pickups in the map. Oh, absolutely. The announcer sounds the same. Yes, you're right, Spider. Maybe I haven't even played Unreal Tournament 3 and I'm just coming down on you because you're making a comparison. But yeah, I realize there are a ton of differences, but I'm comparing the things that are the same. And the other thing I mentioned was with the grenades. And and the other excuse people used was that, you didn't like aspects of the game because you didn't play very well. That really has nothing to do with it. I'm just making, I'm giving my impressions, but whatever. And the only comparison I made to Resistance 2 was that, it does take a little bit longer to kill somebody than in other games, which is fine. But the problem I said was that a lot of times guys will just turn around, plop down their frags. By the time you kill them, they've thrown both their frags at you, and then you're dead. And that, gameplay is a lot like that in Resistance 2 as well. Guys will start firing at people, and they'll just turn around, toss their grenades. By the time you kill them, their grenades are killing you. And, that's I'm not the only one who had that complaint. And apparently, from what I understand, they're remedying that. They're admitting that frags are overpowered, and they're going to be fixing it. So, wow. Anyways, what else? I had, the multi-levelism. I said was sort of forced, and people say, "Wow, that's like Halo 3." And I did actually watch some gameplay from Halo 3, and yes, Halo 3 is very multi-leveled, but that. Despite that, it doesn't matter. My first impression is that it just seemed when I was playing, it seemed a little forced. There's so many levels, 5, 6 levels, and up and down and up and down. It just seemed a little forced. Maybe, whatever, Halo 3 was done that way. It really has no bearing that Halo 3 was that way as well. my first impressions coming into the game, and if I came into the game in Halo 3 and it was this multi-leveled, I'd say the same thing. Okay, but it's whatever. It's whatever. I don't know. What else? Better balance. I mentioned something about better balance, and you're probably right. It does seem to be fairly well balanced, and I don't think my statement was far off that somebody, the guys with the advantage, number one, obviously if you're a better player, but number two, if you know where the good weapons are, right? So balance from that perspective, like I mentioned class configuration, and people are like, well, you compare it to Call of Duty. Well, you know what? Every single first-person shooter I have ever played outside of Unreal Tournament 3 has some sort of class configuration. I know this does. But it's basically one ability that you're changing classes from. Or you're changing classes for. Like the other thing is, a lot of people, and myself included, and this goes for pretty much every first-person shooter that I played in the last couple of years. There are unlocks. There are multiplayer challenges and unlocks and everything, and maybe that'll be part of the full release of Halo Reach. But I didn't see that in the beta. And again, I'm commenting on the beta, and people have come on. Well, they're going to fix that in the full game, or that's already been announced that they'll be fixed. So what are you talking about? I'm like, well, but I'm not, basing my impressions on what they've announced will be fixed. I'm basing my impressions on what I see of the beta as it stands. So just wanted to clarify that. The other thing, the one other thing I mentioned, there were no advancements over Halo 3, or very little advancement over Halo 3. And people have come on and say, well, there's this class configuration. You have the jetpacks and all that. Yeah, but I'm talking gameplay, and I based my my comments on comments that I got from players in our live stream who have who played the beta and who played it with me, and I've even had some comments on our first video saying that they've gone back to sort of the Halo 3 thing, and there's very little extra outside of abilities in the gameplay. So people have actually commented, but then I get flamed. What are you talking about? There's huge advancements. Okay, so they added a couple different classes, but I'm talking gameplay in general. And again, I'm not I'm gonna go back and actually play some Halo 3, but again, I'm just basing that on comments made by our live stream subscribers, and even some of the guys have come on the video comments on the first video I did. So the one thing I'm going to do, and I'm gonna look for help from you guys. I'm gonna be playing Halo 3 hard. I want to get prepared for Halo Reach. Yeah, I didn't get that great of an impression when I was first playing the beta, but actually going through and commenting or commentating on the videos, and the third video is actually my best one. Like, I really got into it, but after just doing the commentary on it, I got more into it than when I was actually playing it in the beta. So I'm going to make this pledge to you guys. Like, I'm going to play my ass off in Halo 3, and I'm going to get good at it, and I'm going to get good at it in time for Halo Reach, and we're going to be doing some kick-ass stuff when Halo, multiplayer stuff when Halo Reach comes out. I'm actually sort of camping here. I'm waiting for the guys to come for the axe or whatever you call it. Yeah, nice. Because they know where this weapon is, so I'm just camping the weapon spawn, just trying to kill him, but only one guy showed up. So anyways, I'm gonna make this pledge to you, and I'm gonna probably the series that I'm gonna do a bunch of videos on Halo 3 when I'm playing. I'm actually gonna end up playing it like 3 days a week or something like that. And we got a bunch of guys, like one guy on our NGT team, Medina for Life, who's gonna be playing, and a couple other guys. And we're going to try and kick some ass. We're going to try and get good. We're going to try and get better in time for Halo Reach. But I'm going to post them sort of as I don't know if you want to call it like a try-hard series, and ask you guys for help and feedback on things that I could be doing better. Like help me grow with Halo 3 and get better at it. And, get some feedback from you guys, because I want to give it a shot. Like, yeah, I got flamed in that first video. I don't think I deserve getting flamed for what I actually said. I did have some really good things to say about the game, and yeah, I made some comparisons, but I can't help but compare a first-person shooter to other first-person shooters I've played, and the comparisons that I made, the parts of the game that I compared to other games are spot on, in my opinion. I mean, I'm not comparing the entire game and saying, oh, it's exactly the same. I'm saying this aspect is the same as this first-person shooter. This aspect is the same, and it is. I mean, go back and re-listen to the commentary or whatever. Anyways, but yeah, I'm hoping that I start posting a bunch of Halo 3 multiplayer vids and get some feedback. And yeah, we're going to get ready for Halo Reach September 14th, I believe. So we've got just, a month and a half. Let's get good, and we'll post some decent videos for you guys. And that's it. So for NextGenTactics.com, I'm Spiderbite, and I'm out.